Bag, I want the bag. Work my way from a garden to a track. Flip it from a track to a plot full of acres. Do it for the farmers and the producers and the makers. What we even here for? Occasionally I ask it. I know it's more than struggling, anticipating the casket. Reap what we sow, trying to fill up my basket. Life's a plantation, I self-law and master. Over the plot I've been granted on this planet. Now it's slanted, cause the chosen been supplanted. But if you overstand it, it was spoken. Fractured, but we ain't broken. Even though some would rather play the role of token, we growing. Black through the essence of a presence. We carry the blood of gods, we carry the mind of peasants. Rich black gardens, future look more like Eden. Multiply seeds like the seed banks in Sweden. Rep my planners on plan according to season. B1 code, switching it up is treason. Black power, family what we eat. Either we get fed or we feed. B1AG.
What's going on? What's going on? What is growing on? Welcome back to B1AG Daily Bread Podcast. I'm John Hennry Harris, and here at B1AG Daily Bread Podcast, we focus on Black agriculture that deals with agricultural production, education, marketing, health, food, nutrition, and economics, all for the Black family and for the Black community. Welcome, Black, to the garden. Now, I got a very interesting show for y'all today. Now, I grew up down in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, one of my favorite artists growing up and still to this day has always been Trick Daddy, because of the way he presents his view of the world in a very real, relatable manner. Now, believe it or not, Trick Daddy, who is known for, his phrase, just letting everybody know that he loves the kids, he has an extensive love of food too. And we're going to talk about that today. Trick Daddy showcases love for food with new cooking show. Now, his new cooking show, you can catch it on his Facebook page. He has a new episode every Monday. And also you can catch it on YouTube. And the name of the cooking show is I Got My Pots. Now, the real name of the cooking show is B1AG. I Got My Pots. Now, put all that together. Can y'all feel me? It's still Trick Daddy. But just for, censorship purposes, you can check him out. Hashtag Trick, I Got My Pots. This is another rapper, y'all, really diving into the food industry, agriculture-based industry, and expressing their love through food. Now, for those that don't know, Trick Daddy grew up in Liberty City, in the Liberty City section of Miami, one of the rougher sections of Miami, Florida. 10 brothers and sisters. And that's how he got into cooking, having to cook for his siblings. He even, what makes his show so interesting is his commentary. Because he was with CeeLo Green on episode 3, in which he cooked lamb with homemade mashed potatoes and fresh green beans. And he was talking about how growing up during his day, $5 could feed a family of 10, and how he grew up on welfare food stamps and WIC. He learned how to cook with him and his sister, cooking hot links, fried bologna sandwiches, egg sandwiches in the middle of the afternoon. These stories, these food stories, that history, that push you in the mind state of just what it is to grow up in a food insecure environment. But now, at this point in time in his life, he's not in a food insecure environment. And this is more than just a regular cooking show. He's really cooking. Back in 2019, Trick Daddy opened up Sunday's Restaurant in Miami Gardens. He actually owns a restaurant. He owned a restaurant before this cooking show. and it's been doing very well. It's one of the hottest restaurants in South Florida. Sunday's Eatery down in Miami Gardens. It's been open since 2019. So this is not like a gimmick, a fly-by-night thing. That he really has a love for food. He owns his own restaurant, and he's transitioned over into a cooking show where he has guests like Rick Ross, CeeLo Green, former wide receiver, NFL wide receiver Brandon Marshall, all talking about, his food, just talking about food in general. It's a great thing. Just to give y'all a better idea of what I'm talking about, because Trick Dad is naturally funny, naturally engaging. But some of the things he talks about, it's going to take you back to your own childhood if you grew up like we grew up. How like his mom always, he's practicing what he's preached, talking about how like him and his mom always told him to cook while he cleans. Well, cleans while he cooks. And he does that. Even to, this isn't somebody who's measuring seasonings. You see him just using pinches. He knows what the seasonings, how much seasoning to put in there. This is good natural cooking. I just want to show y'all just a clip so you can get an idea of what this show really is like. Check this out.
That's that big flick salt. That's like the Himalayan.
Yes. So I mix right with this here. I mix my garlic and my onion powder together. I mix it together, and my man was over there helping me put my sauces and my seasonings together. And he was like, "You want a spoon to stir that up?" I said, "What's wrong with my finger?" So I use my. I'm gonna tell you that now. I use my finger to mix that.
Hey, but shit. So I know you come from a big family. Is that where you developed the passion for cooking? Cause see, a lot of people who ain't got siblings, they don't know nothing about sharing their food. We got, everybody take care of each other. Like me and my sister raised each other.
And you know what? You made it up. That's around the time, CeeLo, when $5 can feed a family of 10.
Thanks.
$5 can't get you nothing now. You can't even get a gallon of milk. And I grew up on welfare, food stamp, and WIC. With that being said, my mama was a young black woman who started giving birth to kids at a young age, who ended up having me, thank God, because personally, from what I hear how big my head was, that she had to get stitches when I came out. So that would have never happened. And my mama always made sure we had food in our house. And words like nanny and babysitter, I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
So it was always, y'all got something to eat, lock my door to open it for nobody. So 4, 5 years old, me and my sister, we frying bologna.
Yep.
We making grilled cheese sandwiches.
Red hot links.
Yeah, the hot links and the egg sandwiches at 5 in the afternoon.
Egg sandwiches, syrup sandwiches, sugar sandwiches.
Yes, that's
sugar water.
And that's where all my early cooking skills really developed. And as I got older, when you think you're grown and you don't be home in time, when your mama been done cook, you got to get in that kitchen and find you something.
That's some of that cayenne right there?
Yeah, it's cayenne pepper mixed with paprika.
Okay, yeah.
So I do the...
My wife use cayenne more often than black pepper, saying help with the digestive system.
And I heard that from an old island lady. They used to do my goddaughter's hair. She explained to me about different spices and what they do for you.
Mm-hmm. So
we're gonna come with these. I got these string beans here. Got some fresh ones. And I learned that you don't want to cook these too hard. The more fresh they are, the more healthier they are. And that's another thing that I never knew. about vegetables, it took me until I was 40 years old to try asparagus, zucchini, squash. I would never try none of that. But I grew up, I felt like I was being child abused. My mom used to make me eat sweet peas and okra and tomatoes.
Me too.
I hated it, but I had no choice. Because back then, how we treat our kids now, oh, my baby don't eat that or he don't eat this. No.
They spoiled it up.
Yeah, they too spoiled. And that's what we losing our kids.
You know what though? My mom made me eat a lot of shit I didn't want to eat either, but it kept a fundamental, it learned me a lesson even to this day. Like, I hate to waste food. I hate to see people waste food. My mama made me sit at the kitchen table all night till I ate it, but I hate it.
Boy, listen, you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hated rutabagas.
I ain't ate a rutabaga since then, bro.
Since you left my house.
Now, rutabagas, beets, I can't stand none of that shit.
And something that I learned, you know what the worst? You know what the worst was though for me? The liver.
What we just got through talking about liver.
With the liver. So how I learned to cook liver was I mussed up my liver, season it, then flour it, and then I smother it like a steak. And it wasn't that bad.
So as you can see and hear, you're not just getting recipes with Trick Daddy. You're getting game. You're getting like the transference of this knowledge from this older generation, from our parents, from our grandparents. Like the old Jamaican lady, how he was telling how, it's better than pepper. For the cayenne pepper is better than black pepper because it helps with the, digestion system. He's talking about giving you commentary on, what it was like growing up in his household and you had to eat what was cooked. There wasn't no pacifying of the children or where you don't eat that, so I'm not. No, you ate what was cooked. You're getting this game, you're getting perspective, you're getting real food, soul food. I think it was fitting that they had CeeLo Green as a guest on that show because they exposed a lot of soul food. Because when you grow up in impoverished situations, your diet is a lot different. Your diet is a lot different. And they reminisced on that. But that diet got them to where they are now. It got them through those tough days. And they can look back on it now, with fond memories. So y'all check out Trick Daddy's show, man, every Monday on his Facebook page. Every Monday he has a new episode. You can go on YouTube. Hashtag, just put in your search engine, Trick I Got My Pots. It's a very good show for a lot of reasons. Get some of this soul food, get some of this game. And like I said, even before the cooking show came to life, he had his own, he's got his own restaurant, y'all. Sunday's Eatery. Here's the menu. Check it out. Snapper filet, fried shrimp, salmon, baked chicken, fried chicken wings, pork chops. It's a home-style eatery. Ribs, catfish, rice, string beans, collard greens, mac and cheese. Good Southern favorites. He ain't playing, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. He ain't playing with you. This is some good food. Look at them smoked turkey wings, the macaroni and cheese, collard greens, cornbread. It's good food. Good food. Even better show. Another one of our rappers, our legendary rappers, getting into the food game. It's almost like the floodgates have opened up, y'all. From Master P to Rick Ross to E40, Trick Daddy. They're investing in food because even they know it's not a secret. We all have to eat. We all have to eat. So before I get up out of here, I just want to give a shout out to Starlet Thompson. I want to thank you for your donation to the channel. Trust me, we will use that donation to grow this channel. From Brown and I have mastered doing the most with the least. And we will make the most of anything that is given to us. We will make it grow. We will make it grow. And we will make sure that your donation will grow into a harvest. And we thank you for that. We thank everyone who's given to the channel. Chrissy Mack. Thank everyone who's given to the channel. We thank everyone who watches the channel. We thank everyone who shares, this content to try to get our people to grow harder, to get black to the garden, to take part in this $1 trillion business called agriculture. It's bigger than plates, y'all. Food is the cornerstone. It's the cornerstone of every civilization. Because if you can't eat, you can't do nothing. If the people can't eat, they can't fight, they can't reproduce, they can't live. We out here, we chase a lot of things out here, y'all. We chase a lot of things. But we got to eat every day. And we need to reevaluate and take a stronger look at how important this thing called food is in our daily lives. And how we can take a part of it for ourselves to grow ourselves. Financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. Grow our communities. Grow the cohesiveness in our communities. Grow love. It's a funny thing when that food is cooking or when that food is on the table, the enriching conversations that happen at the same time. That's love, y'all. That's how the game is passed on to each other. That's how we transfer knowledge. It is a big component of how we transfer knowledge. The Grow Hard Garden Challenge. This is the link. Screenshot. Press pause. Write it down. Put it in URL. It's free. If you're watching on YouTube, look in the description of this video. There's a direct link. Click it. Sign up. It's free. Grow Hard Garden Challenge. Let's get our kids involved. Let's get our families involved. Let's get our communities involved. Let's get more people growing food. The more people that we have growing food, it increases our chance of being food secure and self-sufficient. Small scale, localized food production equals food security. Small scale, localized food production equals food security. One of our Rhonda Moffett, Sister Rhonda Moffett, she calls her backyard her grocery store. That's what she calls her backyard, Her backyard is her grocery store. Only 8% of our community, and we're only 13 to 16% of this country, and only 8% of that 13 to 16% live in a census tract with a grocery store. We live in food deserts. There is no food, fresh food to eat. There's nothing but fast food. So instead of trying to bring food to the people, or let's just bring the people to food. Grow it ourselves. Increase our wealth. Increase our health. Learn how to grow your own food at healthyblackfood.com. Sign up. It's a great class. Farmer Brian and I put our foot in this. We made it entertaining. We made it easy to understand. We have a lot of information we'd like to share with you. Because the more of us food secure, that's the better for the community. Just practicing growing your own food, that knowledge that you gain, it goes a long way. Hit us up at B1AGHipHop@gmail.com. Questions, concerns, comments, just say what up. Hit us up. Look in the description of this video if you're watching on YouTube. We got links to where you can find a black farmer near you. Spend your money with a black farmer if you can. Our black farmers are our superheroes. They are our Avengers. President Joe Biden already said the food shortage is real. Our black farmers are going to be our first line of defense to avoid hunger. And a close second line of defense needs to be us ourselves growing our own food. The more food we grow, the less hunger will show. The more food we grow, we can start our own food hubs. Growing food, it sparks economy. Growing food, it helps urban blights run down neighborhoods. It beautifies them, turning them into green spaces. It makes them more safe. It gets the community working together. It gets families working together. It builds bridges for generational gaps. It's something that we can all do together. We're going to keep pushing this message. Like, share, subscribe. B1AG Daily Bread Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to B1AG Daily Bread Podcast. And until there ain't no breath left in me, we're going to keep pushing this B1 algorithm, fighting against this algorithm. But like, share, subscribe. That will help us get to more people so we can keep spreading this knowledge, this love, this food. Let's fight against this algorithm pushing all this negative stories to us. And let's fill this algorithm with pictures and stories of us growing our own food, beautifying and edifying our communities, becoming more self-sufficient, passing this game over plates of food.
the black algorithm. Ancestors, they mastered the systems. We raising young bosses, no victims. Planting that knowledge curriculum. Blessing the boots with the nutrients. The darker the berry, like Nubian. Dropping receipts like I'm Julian. The streets with that food like Peruvian. Trapping the merch and the fruits and the veggies. CSA boxes, my package is heavy. Ship across town in the bed of my Chevy. Printing them up, growing hard for that baby. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta scramble. Bet on black farmers and growers, no gamble. Reclaiming our pain cause the game is in shambles. Blessed with that melanin, carry the miracle. Mothers and fathers of civilization. Black to the garden with food cultivation. Building back better through black innovation. B1 community growing the nation. Genetically designed to be the dopest. Stoking that growth mindset. Codified, now we focus. Farming on track on track. Feed the fam, break bread with them. Pushing that B1AG gorilla. Now watch me get them, watch me get them. Pushing that B1AG gorilla. Feed the fam, break bread with them. Pushing that B1AG gorilla. Watch me get them, watch me get them. Pushing that B1AG gorilla.
Once again, just want to give a big shout out to Trick Daddy Dollars. We always knew he loved the kids, but now he's showcasing his love for food. New cooking show, I Got My Pots. Check him out on Facebook, on his Facebook page, and also on YouTube. You hashtag that, Trick, I Got My Pots. It's about more than food. As I showed you with that segment with him and CeeLo, you heard that conversation. You heard the conversations. It's a lot deeper than food, y'all. It's a lot deeper than food. But the food is real. Please believe it. This is not a gimmick. He really has a real love for food. He has his own restaurant, Sunday's Eatery, down in Miami Gardens. The food is real. So everybody, I hope your day's been wonderful. We have a little bit of daylight left. Let's make the best of it. Let's be loving. Let's show love. Let's let love flow through us. Feed somebody. Let's feed somebody every day. Let's feed somebody. And let's grow this food. We got to grow this food. Because at the end of the day, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know, we're right on the brink of some horrible things going wrong with our food system. Everything is breaking down now, but we can stay ahead of the curve just by planting and growing our own food. Because at the end of the day, if you really want to know something, you better learn how to grow something. John Henry Harris, holding down the fort for Farmer Brown EMC. B1AG Daily Bread Podcast. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. See y'all soon. Peace.